Majestic Theater in Springfield is marking its 20th anniversary season this year. We're here with Danny Eaton, founder of the Majestic, producing director, artistic director. If something needs to be done at the Majestic, chances are you're doing it.
That's what typically happens.
With a small business. Good to have you, sir. Thanks so much. Your concern was after Stage West moved out of West Springfield, and you were associated with them, and became City Stage here in downtown Springfield, and changed a little bit as it had to with the times and economics of the times. You wanted to make sure there was going to be a professional theater company so local performers, area artists, had a place to work near home, didn't have to travel away, or shows didn't have to be imported.
Exactly. That's always been our mission from day one, and it just felt, it's part of that original notion, I think, of what a regional theater should be, and our thoughts were to live up to that, and we wanted a venue, a professional venue, and we wanted to be able to pay our actors, although not great salaries, but now we're union affiliated. And
you're an equity house, right?
Yeah,
which is a big
we
deal.
are. Yeah. So that's been a progression, certainly.
Mm-hmm. There's a great statement I saw from you in one of the articles through the years about the Majestic. You said, if there isn't a vibrant performing arts scene and venue in a place, there's a hole in the fabric of the community.
Fabric of the community. Oh,
Talk
that's so true. I think a theater and a museum and libraries and are as important to the fabric of a community as the bank is, and the manufacturing company and the Stop and Shops and Big Y's and so forth, and it just makes a community whole, And I've always felt Western Massachusetts, I think, is, even though I'm from here, it's not a sort of a cultural hotbed in terms of theater, certainly, and but there's so many young kids and even business people that I've talked to. I said, there's going to be somebody in your family who wants to be an actor or who would benefit from being on stage. And we see that with our children's theater every year. These young kids, they grow so much, even if they're not going to go on as performers, it just helps them to develop personal skills and enables them to communicate with others so much better. And there's a huge fright of being on stage. Even some of our staff, when we always do an opening before each show, some of our staff are just like so uptight if they have to go out there and speak to the audience. And I said, well, you've talked to every person in the audience as they've come up the ramp into the theater. You've said hello to them and you've torn their ticket. And so why would you be afraid to talk to them from the stage,
But it's the number one phobia there is.
It is.
Public speaking.
Yeah.
Amazing, isn't it? I want to ask you a little bit more about the Children's Theater, which I know your program you're very proud of. Not only does it introduce young people to maybe what's going to be their life's work, or certainly an important part of it, you're also nurturing an audience for the future of live theater,
which is so important. Yeah, and we've kind of, there's been this argument since the old Stage West days back in the 70s about the graying of the audience, and theaters have tried to do programs that were going to attract younger audience, and we're having that same argument today. What we found at the Majestic is, it's certainly true, the audience grays, but it gets replaced by, typically it's couples who are in their 30s to mid 30s, and their careers have been established. They're in their homes. They've got a young family, but they're the kids are old enough so that they can now go out, and those are our replacement folks, and they gray, but we don't find 20-somethings typically, as kind of enduring audience members.
got to talk about your location itself. You're right in the heart of West Springfield Center. 20 years ago, you're looking for a venue. You're looking for a place. You, I think, probably kind of closed your eyes, wished yourself good luck, and took on what was then roughly an 80-year-old shuttered movie house.
Yep.
And you, through the years, have made it your own.
Yeah, yeah, we have made it our own. You know, we first took it over. The front half of the theater had been redeveloped and it was office space, and the back half was left abandoned, and that's what we took over. And took us a couple of years of sweat equity, really, to do the work and open the doors. But you know, since then we've expanded to the front and we purchased the building, but you know, that's we've been able to do that because we've grown, you know, such a really loyal audience base, you know, and that's the most rewarding thing for me, I think, you know, because we have an impact on people's lives.
And a theater like that in the center of a small community, bedroom community to some extent to Springfield, you generate economic activity. And I drive by your theater every day on my way to and from work, and you look around, there's restaurants, there's other things going on there, businesses who supply and service your theater. You're an economic engine to some extent, along with every other business in the community.
Yeah, and there's always been this, you know, I don't know what those actual numbers are, but, you know, they talk about the economic impact of a vibrant arts institution in the community, and it's pretty astounding, you know. But there are new restaurants there, and yeah, and I think we've become kind of an anchor in the center of West Springfield, you know.
I'm sure it hasn't been easy, and I'll bet there were some close calls through the years, but the Majestic is known for finishing each and every season in the black, I understand. That's amazing for a small community theater.
That is amazing. In the, you know, we're kind of an anomaly in the small professional theater business. I mean, in part it's because we have this one major fundraiser, this you know, Corvette raffle that we've done for going on 22 years now, and you know, that's enabled us really to, not that it funds an entire season by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, it's given us that kind of bedrock foundation along with our subscriber base that we've actually been able to finish in the black. It's kind of unheard of, but some of it has to do with just our business practices as well. I mean, we're a nonprofit, but you know, Todd Cadis, who's our treasurer, and all the folks up in the front office, really, really good, and customer service and all of those kinds of things, which are so important to a successful business. So, yeah.
Gotta guess you real quick. You're wrapping up your 20th season with a big, happy musical, La Caja Fall.
Show. Yeah.
But this summer, correct me if I'm wrong, you're bringing back a show that was hugely popular during the season, $1 Million Quartet.
$1 Million Quartet. Love that show. Love that music. Of course, that, you know, that's all right in my wheelhouse, that music, for sure. And you know, we had an opportunity to bring it back for a couple of weeks in June, and most of the entire cast is coming back with it and to do it. So really looking forward to that. So, you know, we close La Cage on a Sunday, and on Monday we start rehearsing for $1 Million. But that's life in the theater.
Danny Eaton, Majestic Theater, West Springfield. Congratulations. Thanks for coming in, sir.
Jim, thank you so much.